going to be an example of projectile motion. The ball rolls out a window 2.5 meters off the ground horizontally with a speed of 10 meters per second. See how fast we can do this. We're going to draw a picture. So here's the ball getting shot out the window. Right, it is a speed of 10 meters per second, and we know that the height from the ground is 2.5 meters. Right? And determine how far away the ball will land. In other words, I'm looking for distance in the X. So we want to set up X and Y table. Distance, initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, and then we're going to find our time. So let's fill in what we know from the chart. We know that the distance, it's 2.5 off the ground, negative 2.5 meters. We know acceleration is negative 9.8 meters per second squared. It's only being shot out in the X direction, so this initial velocity in the Y is 0. In the X direction, what do we know? Well, we're looking for how far away it's going to land, so that's what we're trying to find. We know its initial velocity is 10 meters per second. Acceleration horizontally is always 0, so therefore the velocity is going to stay constant at 10 meters per second. So in order to find out how far away this guy's going to land, basically I need to find the time. Find the time usually in the Y direction because I know acceleration due to gravity. And so D is equal to 1/2 AT squared plus VIT. This is my height, negative 2.5 meters is 1/2 negative 9.8 meters per second squared. T is what I'm looking for. This whole thing goes to 0 because the initial velocity in the Y is 0. And so I'm going to get 2.5 times 2 divided by 9.8 square root. 2.5 times 2 divided by 9.8 square root, and you can do the math yourself, but looks like this is going to be 0.714 seconds. Let me check that. 2.5 times 2 divided by 9.8 is that square root. So take about 3/4 of a second for it to hit the ground. Now that I know the time in the X direction, right? Velocity in the X is distance in the X over the time, or in other words, distance in the X is velocity times time in the X. And so I'm going to have 10 meters per second times my 0.7 seconds. So 10 meters per second times 0.7 seconds. And so it's going to land about 7 meters away. 10 meters per second is pretty fast. It's going like 22 miles an hour. Simple example of horizontally launched projectile motion.